Hey YouTube, this is Steven with Team Jobber here. I just got back from my Seattle regional, and I went with Lucas Soska. He ended up getting first, but I also top 8'd, so I figured I would just post my deck list just so you guys saw what I was playing. Um, my deck list isn't too much different from Luca's. He played a couple cards different from me, and I'll just kind of go through my list and explain the differences and the cards I like to play. Sorry, there's people in the background. Yeah, I'm kind of working with what I got here. I want to get this deck up as soon as possible, and I have some people over. So let me just go ahead and go through my deck list. I played three. Oh, here we go. Let's get this in the center here. I played three Skull Crobat Joker. This is the Stratus of the deck. Very good card. Searches your Magician cards. I played three Plush Fires, and also sorry if it's a little dark. I'm working with what I got here. I got a lamp, so okay. So I played three Plush Fires. It starts a lot of your combos. Played 3 Damage Juggler, self-explanatory. It's a very good card to have in your hand turn 1 in the mirror because of Wavering Eyes and just not getting OTK'd. I played 3 Luster Pendulums and 3 Wisdom Eyes. I also played 3 Dragon Pit, or 2 Dragon Pulse, sorry, and 1 Dragon Pit. And those are it for my Magician cards. I decided to play a minimal engine just because they're so searchable with Crobat Joker and Pendulum Call. It ended up being very good, and they're also really good against Rogue too because you can pop any trouble back row, or Dragon Pulse can pop any trouble monsters. So it was good. I ended up a couple times during the day popping Thunder King and popping other cards when they had like vanities and stuff like that. It was really good. I played 2 Match Spectre Kirans. One of the only differences in Luca's and I's build was he played 2 Upstarts and I played 2 Kirans. I thought Kiran was going to be a better card for me for the day, and it was good. I mean, there were some bricky hands with it and stuff, but being able to compulse their monster for free on their turn is really, really good. And in the mirror match, if you play it right, if you summon that card first turn, like, the mirror match has a really hard time getting around this card, and it ended up being very, very good for the event. And there were some games that I won when I had this card when I probably shouldn't have, and I was just kind of stalling out and stopping their plays, and it stopped them from making plays because you don't want to commit an XYZ or a synchro monster into it when it's going to get bounced for free. So it's really good. I played 1 Mirror Conductor. Searchable low scale. I would prefer to not play it, but it's good to have that searchable low scale, and the halving attack comes up quite a bit, things like that. I played 1 Hat Tricker as an out to Nat Beast. I wasn't going to originally play this card, but cards like Nat Beast and Anti-Spell started coming up when I was testing on DN a whole lot, and decided to put it back in. I played 1 Gigabyte. Same deal. I didn't want to lose to Nat Beast, and I didn't want to lose to Anti-Spell. I played Mass Chameleon. Really great way, easy way. If you make a rank 4, it's an easy way to get into Ignister and to your synchros, and also at the very least it's a level 4, so you can get into like more rank plays if synchroing isn't the right play in the moment. But it's very good. All pretty self-explanatory here. I played Performance Trick Clown. Part Naga as a searchable low scale. The deck has a problem with having low scales because for some reason, all the monsters in the deck are high scales, and good players will pop the low scales, and you'll not be able to pendulum summon later in the game if you run out. So, so yeah, I decided just to play another one as searchable through King of the Feral Imps, searchable through Skull Crobat Joker. So it ended up being pretty good. There were a couple times where it came up. One time where I almost won a game because of it, but then the guy ripped Geki, so it's okay. I played X-Saber Palomeo, or I think that's how you say it, Palomuro. This is to summon Nat Beast. I thought it was funny because this is the first time that I've topped in a very, very long time, just because I've been out of the game for a very long time, and I got back into the game. The last time I topped was a YCS San Jose, and I did play X-Sabers, and then this is like probably the next time I've topped, and I was playing Performage Magicians with an X-Saber card in it. So I thought that was kind of funny and a little bit ironic. So it ended up being good, but I don't know if I would play it again just because some bricky hands where I drew that, and Nat Beast is a good card in the mirror match, but not so good against other matches. So I might side it. So I played 3 Maxi just because Maxi is so good this format. There were a couple players there that I don't know how good they were, but they were like making fun of me and other players for playing 3 Maxi in the main, but it's just so good. It wins you the mirror match. Doesn't matter if you go first or second. If you go second, it stops their play, and then you can just go. If you go first, you can make a board and have Maxi in hand, and for them to answer your board, they need to probably special summon a ton. So it's just a really good card this format, and when Bosch comes out, it's only going to get better. So I played 2 Instant Fusion. This card's amazing. I still don't know why it's not limited. Not 3, just because I didn't have the space for the extra Norden. I only played 1 Norden, so very good. This won me a ton of games. I mean, a lot of people are cutting it, and I don't see why. Pendulum Call. This is probably the only card, one of the only cards I would change. I'd probably cut it down to 2. It was a good card, but your whole deck's so searchable anyways that and not being able to destroy your own cards and things like that, it became a little cloggy at some points, but it's a good discard outlet too if you want to discard a juggler and do some plays so you don't have to waste your battle phase by pitching juggler. It was good. This card needs to get banned. Enough said. It's really good. Wavering Eyes. It's a staple at 3, I feel like, in every Pendulum deck. Foolish Burial. Searches high and low scale. Also is level 4 body if you want to pitch Trick Clown. And Treacherous Trap Hole. I decided to play this card as an out to Nat Beast. And also just kind of an out to, if you can do some tricky plays. Like I know I won a mirror match game 1 because I said it, and he was like, oh, in main phase 2, he was like, oh, I'll just Pendulum Summon. And I kind of put my hand on it a little bit, and I was like, for how many? And then so it was just kind of like I was bluffing a Solemn Warning or whatever. And so he's like, oh, okay. And so he had like 5 monsters in his extra decks, and so he wasn't gonna Pendulum Summon all 5 into it. So he Pendulum Summoned 3, and then he made 2. Then he used 2 to make Ignister, and I was able to play this on him. And it was actually a pretty pro play. I was pretty proud of it. And also, if you have Nat Beast, you can set this, and then in the mirror match, that's pretty much GG because there's not a lot of answers. So yeah, that's pretty good. For the side deck, I sided 3 Anti-Spell Fragrance. Very good card. I played 4 mirror matches, and I only drew it once in the mirror. And it won me the mirror. The guy had his hand was nuts. It was like double Wisdom, double Wavering, but I had this. And so, I mean, it's just kind of gross. I mean, going first, if you draw this and they don't have an answer, you're miles ahead of them. Decided 2 Stygian Dirge. I wanted to side 3 actually, but I wasn't able to find the 3rd one. And so instead of the 3rd Stygian Dirge, I sided a Solemn Warning, and it was okay. I mean, I didn't really see it all that often. I saw 1 game and it won me the game because it was Solemn Warning, but I don't know. I still would have liked it to be Stygian Dirge. and the whole reason behind this is that, if you're playing the mirror match, you're gonna go first if you win game 1, game 2. Like you're gonna go first game 2. So if you side a bunch of I don't know, it's kind of like a Dark Arm Dragon format where like you set up a big board and then you just flip Royal Oppression, or where they can't really answer your board, so you just kind of win. I sided more Floodgates. I sided Imperial Ironwall against Cosmo, and this was I don't prefer this card really at all over the Cyber Dragons. I prefer Cyber Dragons. I prefer Cyber Dragon Core because you can pitch it with Foolish Burial and things like that. But I decided to side this against Infernoids, and it ended up being pretty good. It won me a couple games, but I mean, I got Trap Eatered, and it was weird. I ended up playing 4 Cosmo decks, and I saw Imperial Ironwall probably once or twice. And I honestly probably would have preferred it to be a Cyber Dragon. So I sided 3 MSTs. This is self-explanatory against Rogue, and going second in the mirror to stop their, if they're siding Floodgates, or to stop their Wavering, so you're like 1 ahead of them. I sided Raigeki against heroes. Whoops, dropped a couple cards. And 2 side blockers for the mirror and for pretty much every matchup going second. It's a very, very, very good card just because it answers pretty much any floodgate. It answers an established board, nappies, things like that. For the extra deck, I sided 1 Pleiades. I couldn't find my sleeve, my World Championship sleeves, but it's somewhere. I just didn't want to find one to sleeve it. Okay, I sided Conor Gorgon for when I side in those when I side in those floodgates, you can protect your floodgates with Conor Gorgon and win. To go with the Pleiades, I sided Ptolemaeus or extra decked Ptolemaeus and Diamond. And then there was Trapeze. Trapeze is amazing first turn against Cosmo. You'll pretty much win because they have to get through 6 bodies to get to your life points, and it's just a great first turn against Cosmo. Also, its effect to OTK you is pretty good, I hear. Diamond Direwolf, King of the Feral Imps, Paladin, Castel, Ignister ×2, Omega. I probably made him once during the day. I think he's good, but yeah, I mean he's a very good card, but my games were so fast sometimes that I just OTK'd with Ignister and things like that, and I had the opportunity to OTK more than I had to control with Omega. I had Nap Beast to use with the Palomeo, Stardust, and Noted. So all in all, it was a good day. I got 7th. I went X1-1. I played against 4 mirror matches, 4 Cosmo decks, and a Psyframe deck in the very last round. And I beat all the mirror matches. I beat the Psyframe deck, and I beat 2 of the Cosmo decks. I drew to 1 just because game 2 we went to time, and then I lost to a Cosmo deck just because I bricked really, really hard. But all in all, it was a great deck. Performed well. I would play it all over again. Maybe changing a couple cards, but it was a great deck. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. You have a good day.